Okay, so I want to first off thank everybody who came to my last Women's Self-Defense Clinic. You guys were awesome. You were such a fun group, and I had a great time teaching you. So like I promised, just a quick review of some of the things we went over on Monday. Oh, and by the way, the final count was we raised $843 for the Victory Center, so that was awesome too. Just a few things to remind you guys of. Number one is walking with a purpose. When you're walking from point A to point B, we live in this society where we're multitasking. Make sure you're not talking on your phone and polishing your nails and doing this and doing that. Get to where you need to get and get there and walk with that purpose. You're letting off those signals to those would-be attackers that you're not somebody who they should mess with. Second thing, use your voice. That's the number one thing. If somebody grabs a hold of you, if they're chasing you, if you feel endangered, use your voice and holler, call 911. Don't yell fire, don't yell rape, scream, call 911. And that way you're giving other people direction. That way when they hear that, instead of wondering what they're supposed to do, you're telling them what they should do. Remember, the main idea is to let these guys know that you're not going to be an easy victim. So if somebody's giving you the creeps, tell them, hey, you're giving me the creeps. If you happen to be in a stairwell, a parking lot, an elevator, and you need to, you can look somebody in the eye and just say something as simple as, can you tell me what time it is? If you make direct eye contact with somebody, you're telling that person that you're not a shy person. And again, these attackers are looking for somebody who's going to be easy. Obviously, some of the other things we know, park in a well-lit area, check the back seat of your car, that's crucial. Check underneath cars around you and your car. If you feel scared in any way, don't be afraid to ask somebody if you're at a store to have somebody escort you to your car. We talked a little bit about, again, if somebody asks you for your wallet, you give them your wallet. They ask you for your purse, you give them your purse. Nothing is worth your life, so those things can all be replaced. We talked a lot about areas to strike. If you are in a situation where somebody grabs a hold of you, striking areas, you want to go with the eyes, the nose, the hollow of the neck right here. Also fingers, if they get a hold of you, grab a hold of a finger, bend it back and break it. And lastly would be your knees. So again, remember that eyes, nose, neck, fingers, and knees. And then in addition to that, we went over a lot of the different self-defense techniques. Remember, if anybody tells you to get in a car, regardless of if they have a weapon or no weapon, you do not get in a car and go to another location. The reason they want you to get in the car is they're not comfortable raping you and killing you there. So they want to take you someplace where they're going to be comfortable doing that. So the answer has to be no. It'll probably be the hardest thing in your life to say, but you have to not go with that person, no matter what. Getting back to some of the self-defense techniques that we worked, just remember that if you get grabbed by the wrist, somebody grabs a hold of your wrist, you want to go blade edge of your hand, which would either be the thumb side. In a rare occasion, once they grab you funky, it may be the pinky side, and you're moving it towards that tip of the thumb. That's going to help you get away. Remember, though, it's not just getting away, it's striking so that you can create enough pain so that when you get away, you'll have a head start on them. And we said some of those strikes can be as simple as poking them in the eye, striking to the nose, that type of thing. Next, we also talked about if somebody gets you in a headlock, they're choking you. Number one, don't put your hands back and try to protect yourself that way, try to fight them that way. You got to keep at least one hand in. That's going to prevent that choke from happening. We also worked on self-defense against a neck choke. When a guy grabs you by the neck, you're going to reach back. Remember, we're reaching back, pinky side up, not thumb side up, but pinky side up. Both hands. Grab a hold of a finger, grab that arm, step in close, and then what you're going to do is break that finger. Remember how we talked a little bit about using that thumb as a leverage on the back of that knuckle. So as you torque that finger back, you have a lever to break the finger over. And the last thing we worked on was the guard. And actually, we worked two things from the ground. We worked on the guard, and remember, if they're taking you to the ground, you got to keep them at your feet. Sit down, change your mindset from, oh my God, he's tackling me to the ground, to, no, I'm pulling you to the ground. You grab a hold of them, you spread your legs apart, you sit down, and you keep them inside your legs. By doing that, that prevents them from getting on top of you. If they get on top of you, it's very, very, very difficult for you. They're probably going to outweigh you, they can be punching you, they can be hitting you. But as long as you're on your back, tops of your feet touching, you've got them around your guard, you're going to be able to use your legs. And like I said, God gave us hips for a reason. We're much stronger in our legs. But the last thing we worked on was that move called the Oompa, and that was the move where when you're laying down in the off chance, because you learned the guard and hopefully they won't get you in that, if they do have a mounted position on you and they're sitting on top of you, elbows down, keep them in their legs so they can't climb up onto your chest. One of your feet comes over and pins their leg between your butt and your foot. And it doesn't have to totally be pinned, it's just kind of blocking that foot from being able to go out. The next thing you're going to do is take control of that arm, pin it to your body. Leg on one side, arm on the other side. This hand can come up to head, shoulder, or body. You shoot your hips straight up. Remember, the idea was to take that free arm and make it plant on the side of your head because they don't want to land on their face. You shoot your hips straight up and then you roll in the direction of the side that you have pinned. So those were the things we went over. Again, you guys were so awesome. You were so much fun to work with. And if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call, 385-1000, or you can email us, and I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you guys have. Some of you came and had dinner with us afterwards. To everybody, I gave them a coupon that was there. Some people I kind of ran out, but for everybody who did come to that Women's Self-Defense Clinic, we offered everybody an introductory course, which is 2 lessons. Normally it's $20. We were doing it for $5 for you guys. So if you'd like to do that and come in, maybe just use it as a refresher. We'd love to have you. But thanks again. We did a great thing for the Victory Center.